What's up, Village? Happy Top Shelf Monday. We got some conversation that needs to be had. Let me get my brothers in here. I am excited. All right, we got my brother and my brother Jeff coming in. What's up, Joey? Hey, wifey. You did a great job on that dinner. I know that. What up? What up, Aunt? What you squinting for? What's up?
What's up, guys? What up,
What up,
what up,
baby?
everybody?
What up? What up? What up?
Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
What's good? What's good,
everybody?
fellas? How y'all doing?
What up, Q? What up, Joanna?
I'm good, man. How's everything?
Good. Oh man, so y'all know what we gotta do before everything else, before we even get in, before Anthony stopped looking in the camera, before everything else.
It got really dark for
swear
a
he
moment.
light skinned. He swear to God he light skinned. He swear to God.
Yep.
I got a lot of feedback. Like, why you be squinting when you start?
Why you spit? When you talk?
Now, why
What
you
is it?
squint?
Oh, squint. Oh, that's
Yeah.
what you was doing?
And be like, I'm like, man, what are you trying to read?
You may need some glasses. What's up, Q? You may need some glasses, bro.
Okay, all right. Let's get it popping. We got a lot of people in here. We got some conversation to have.
What's going on, guys?
I'm gonna pray us in.
Okay,
Heavenly
go.
Father God, we just want to say thank you for another Monday. Thank you for everything that you've done for us, Lord God.
Yes, God.
Thank you for this platform. Thank you for the conversation that is about to be had. We pray we don't offend anybody. And amen, God. Thank you.
Amen, my brothers.
Short, simple, to the point. All right, man. Let's go.
Get it. So hold on, wait a minute. Jeff, tell me something. The Giants?
4-1, baby.
The Giants is winning?
My Giants are looking good right now.
Giants are looking pretty good right now.
Yep.
Yeah, they beat the Cowboys yesterday, which is always a beautiful thing because I can't stand the Cowboys.
And Kansas got beat by the Buffalo Bills? What?
I mean, that sounds like that's a KC problem. I'm not worried about that right now. As long as my Giants win, Cowboys lose, that's what I care about.
Wait, I didn't know you was a Giants fan, bro.
I'm a diehard Giants fan. I've been a Giants fan since I was like 7, 8 years old.
Wow, I am a Giants fan too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love my Giants. What's up, Lexi? What's up, Danica? Yeah, I love my Giants. You know, remember, I'm a sports guy, so it's Giants, Knicks.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord! I hope you wasn't gonna say the Knicks.
Even though the Knicks is very depressing being a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
So I have my expectations for the Knicks is very low. The bar set super low for them because they're just a very disappointed team. But I'm a diehard Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Yankees. Obviously, I got the Mets hat on right now. Growing up, I actually was a Mets fan first.
Okay.
In the late 80s because that's when like the Mets was popping. Daryl Strawberry and everything. Yeah. Like I remember I had told my mom to take me down to Flatbush to get me like I wanted like a Nets hat, Mets hat, Mets jacket. I wanted all of that because it was all about the Mets during that time.
You thought he was Dominican for a minute.
You know what I mean? And after that, people say I look Dominican. I get that all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But bro.
Jeff, do you think they're gonna take it all the way? Or is this a flash in the pan?
Who, the Giants?
Yeah.
I don't have the expectation that they'll win the Super Bowl this year. I'm just happy that they will. If they make it to the playoff, I'm good.
Facts.
I'm happy. I'm happy that they just make the playoffs because it's not like I have the expectation that they'll win the Super Bowl. So I'm cool with it. But if they win it all.
Jeff, you sound like a proud dad, but you like, hold on.
Because I'm realistic. Because, some of these fans, they're not realistic, man. They're not realistic. What's up, Teray? Hi, Teray, Mom. Yeah, they're not realistic. You know what I'm saying? They're like Cowboys. These Cowboy fans, they're so unrealistic. Every year is their year. Every year we're going to make it to the Super Bowl.
You triggered Jeff now.
Yeah, man. They live in the 90s. I hate the Cowboys, bro. I do.
I heard. Everybody got that team. Team. Like, I hate the Patriots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't like the Patriots.
I hate the Patriots.
Bruh, the damage that Tom Brady had did when he was playing for the Patriots, the damage he did every single year to every team I ever believed in.
What's up, Celeste?
What up, Celeste?
Every year, bro.
Yeah, I don't
now
like
he's playing for Tampa Bay.
No disrespect. I don't like anything that comes out of Boston, so it's all good.
Yeah, I just think
shout out to all our Boston fans.
I just was not a fan of them.
We are Boston, Top Shelf Village. We love you too.
Yeah.
I just don't like the sports team. That's all.
Yeah, that's another story. So fellas, the other day we put out some topics, right? And I was saying to myself, you know, I wonder, is there ever a good time to gossip about somebody? Is there? Because I know when you say the word gossip, right?
Anything say yeah really quickly. Wow,
when you say gossip, immediately people be like, what? You know what I'm saying? But we see tabloids, we see the media, we see all these different things. Is there ever a good time to gossip about somebody?
Can we define gossip in this conversation? We got to define it first. Because everybody has different definition of gossip.
Can somebody look it up real quick?
Let's get the Webster dictionary, not the Shade Room dictionary.
Top Shelf Village, if you are here in this conversation, can you look up what does gossip mean? Because I want to be able to build the foundation of our conversation today. What does gossip mean?
Not gossip. Gossip. You know, that's a platform.
A funny conversation.
But I will say, while we're waiting for that, I will say, just to answer the question real quick, I'll say this: if you're going to gossip, at least have the respect or be able to say whatever you're saying or gossip about somebody to their face as well. That's the only thing that comes down to me. So if you're gonna talk about somebody, let it be known, like, yo, that you have no problem saying the same thing with that person being right there.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's the only thing I gotta say.
We got it.
We got it. All right, we got it. Go ahead, Fred.
Let's see. Let's go. So it's the casual or unconstrained conversation or reports about other people, typically involving details that are not confirmed as being true.
Ooh,
that's a good
definition. So it sounds like an opinion.
Yeah.
Or a perspective.
So it's not exactly rooted in fact.
But it's not the truth.
Right. I would say this, you know what I think? I think when, fellas, I want to actually ask the question, like, when does it become gossip? I know when a person formulates an opinion, right? So if you have an opinion and you talk to the person about that opinion, and then they receive the opinion that you gave, but then you go to somebody else and you talk about it, is it gossip even if you talk to the person already?
I mean, it could be.
Okay.
You know, when we were thinking about this conversation, I actually had that type of thought. Like, if I'm having a conversation, say, for example, if I'm having a conversation about Jeff, and I'm having a conversation about Jeff to somebody else, I'm like, yo, why would Jeff be doing that, bro? I haven't had that conversation yet. But
I mean, if you did, just again, you come to me about it.
In the same breath, I'm having that conversation with that individual about Jeff.
Yeah.
Is that gossiping, or I'm in a safe space where I can be able to communicate and have an effective communication? It may not be my truth, but it's a detail of how I feel.
I mean,
now, it doesn't become gossip when I cannot, like Jeff was saying, go to Jeff and explain to him how I feel.
I was just about to say what Teresa's mom just said. It's basically when the person is not in the conversation, it becomes gossip. And it's not saying all gossip is bad.
That means we can't talk about people.
No. I mean, so there's good gossip and there's bad gossip. What's up, Jubert? So I think, like, I don't want to say there's good or bad gossip, but there are some gossip or conversation where it's just like it could be messy. If your intent to be messy with it, like, yo, guess what I heard? I heard this and this and this and this, and you're adding your own tea into the conversation with people outside the person who's involved in it, then yes, of course. Then that's gossip, right? If if you're just like, you're just having a conversation about whatever it is pertaining to that person, then it may not be, your intent's not to be messy. You're just like, yo, I heard this is what such is going through. I hope all is well, whatever. Your intent is just to give information, but not to be messy or to drag that person through the mud. You know what I'm saying? Then it's not bad gossip. My only disclaimer, or not disclaimer, but I would say rule of thumb is that whatever that needs to be said, if you're going to say something about somebody, please be able to have the courage and the boldness,
that same energy,
to say it to that person.
Don't get quiet
if they
now.
were in the room. Correct. Or change your tone when that person.
Yeah, don't get quiet now.
I love what.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ant. My bad.
I don't know if you're going towards this topic, but I like the regards of the pillow talk. Like, I think my wife and I, we have a lot of pillow talk. So that means we have a lot of gossiping going on. But it's an opportunity. Like, when she's talking with her friends, and I be hearing name drop, I'm like, what are you talking about? And so it's like, it's not on some like, oh.
But Anthony, the lean forward though.
It's like, who are you talking to? Nah, but real talk, it's like, we just having a conversation. You be seeing those IG lives where the husband comes in and he's like, who are you talking about? Which I want to know. I want to be a part of it. So it's like, is it human nature that we just want to be able to understand what's going on, but still keeping that same energy in regards to what we're talking about? Because I really truly want people to be authentic and organic and go up to people and say, you know what?
Yeah.
I really like you.
Not everybody's
built like that.
Man, I wish people were built like that.
People hide behind the smoke. A lot of them do. A lot of them are not built that way.
And I want to address that because we're dealing with language, right?
Okay.
So Anthony's talking about pillow talk, and then there's another part of it, like where I think it's like dissecting something.
I think Celeste want to come on.
Maybe it's dissecting something. Like,
we love him, man.
What if there's a person, like, what if you, like, let's say if I have an encounter with a person and it gets awkward, right?
Yeah.
So then I go talk to my wife about that, or like I go talk to a friend about it. I'm like, yo, this encounter was weird. Like, and I'm trying to figure out like why this person was acting in this manner. Like, is that gossip, or is that me just trying to figure it out and trying to dissect it?
Yeah, that's not gossip. I mean, here's what I think. I think gossip is when you go to multiple people about the same situation. I think gossip starts when you go to multiple people because you're going to have your safe ecosystem. That's your husband, your wife, your best friend, and you're going to go to those individuals because those are your friends. But then when you begin to start going to A, B, C, D, you put like subs on the IG, you do certain things that it's like, yo, because you automatically know at this moment you gossiping at this moment because it's multiple people that know this information. If I'm going to my wife, the person I sleep with, the person me and her, we pay the same tax, that's the person I'm going to go to. But in the same perspective, if I'm going to my wife, I'm going to A, B, C, and D, then we're going to start having this called gossiping.
Right.
So
what you say, Fred, is like more of, it's a safe space, and I'm trying to dissect with my wife about a situation where I don't really understand.
It goes back to what I was saying. What is the attention? Or is your attention to, if you're going to, let's say, like you said, your spouse, right? And you're just talking about an encounter or situation, whatever it is, then, that's fine. It's a safe space, right? But if you're going to your wife, then you call your cousin, then you call your cousin's man, then you call your neighbor down the block, you're talking to your co. You're saying you're spreading all this stuff. That's when it becomes messy because now you're being messy about it because not everybody needs to know everybody's business. And especially, too, based on the definition, what Celeste said is like information that may not be true. You may just be giving your opinion or possible perspective regarding a particular situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you want to kind of like be careful. Again, what is your intention? What is the motive behind spreading, quote unquote, gossip with the people that you're talking to?
Here's another way you know you're gossiping. You tell the whole story, you tell the whole situation, and at the end of the conversation, you say, please don't tell nobody.
There you go.
So
there you go.
we just had a whole conversation. You talking about X, Y, and Z, but now you are saying to yourself, because you know what you're doing is wrong. And now you say to yourself, hey, don't tell nobody. I literally had to unprogram myself, because if I'm having a communication with my bro Fred or my bro Jeff or my wife, and I'm in a conversation that I have to say that means that I shouldn't have started that conversation in the first place.
True. Very true. That's a very good point.
I love what you guys said. It's amazing. It's like intention of the conversation. And hey, if you in the conversation with this, then you might just be gossiping. I think my mom always told me, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all, right? As well as anything that you say, make sure that you can say it while that person's in the room. Like, you can't 100%. Run through smoke. You know what I'm 100%. Saying? Like, because think about it. If something should happen, like, let's say if Anthony, like, if me and you were having a conversation about a person. Shout out to my baby
on the live.
Yeah. Should say if we were having a conversation about a person, and then like, no, I'm gonna just put it all together. Me and you were having a conversation about Jeff, right? And then Jeff is like on the other side of the door and he forgets something. And then he hears us saying like, yeah, man, I don't like Jeff, you know, da-da-da-da.
Jeff kicking down that door like, what's up, my nigga? That's what Jeff is doing. Y'all know. Like, what up?
And Ron gonna be right behind him. So but what I'm saying is, like, anything is like,
I'll get my man Juber too. Don't sleep on him. Listen, he put niggas in chokeholds.
That's the thing is, like, but I didn't have enough like information. I didn't have enough gall to be able to go talk to Jeff, or you didn't have enough gall to go confidence to talk to Jeff. And now he's actually a part of the situation because of this thing we created, instead of us as
narrative
friends going to Jeff first.
I think Celeste also talked about that. Let me go back a little bit. She said, and quote, what if you know that the person won't be receptive to what you have to say? Does it still make sense to go to that person to say what they feel? I've always said this. I've always said this in every conversation. Right. My goal is to give you the knowledge. What you do with that as an adult, that is up to you and your action. I think I'm talking to an adult, and now I'm going to give you knowledge of your action. If you move forward and do anything else, hey, that's on you. Yeah, I have to now set my boundary as a functional adult.
I agree 100%, Anthony. 100%.
I was going to say misunderstandings happen, right? They happen all the time. You know what I'm saying? It could be the way somebody responded to something, the way somebody said something, the tone of it, the volume of it, where it was said, how it doesn't, like, it's all these variations, right? And like, I'll give you an example, story time. Like, when I was in school, when I was in conservatory, my second semester, there was a guy in class, right? And this is way before I met my wife. He thought, because I had a scene I had to do with a woman in class that was a part of our group, he thought that, like, I was trying to be with this woman that he had a crush on, right? And it was a scene, my acting scene, not me being with this person. Right?
He said you play that too good.
Right. Next thing you know, he gets up in the middle of class and he was like, yeah, I just feel like Fred trying to disrespect me. And I'm just like, whoa.
And was that part of the scene?
And cut. So, no, but it wasn't part of the scene. He wasn't even in the scene. He had to, like, it's their job to, like, when you're in a section in a conservatory, when you're in school, people have to watch your scene as it go up. So they go up next, right?
Yeah.
So what I did was I pulled him to the side, you know, after the class. And I said, hey, bro, like, I don't want to smoke. Like, what's good? Are you good? Like, what was there a misunderstanding? But the point I wanted to give is that, like, I could have been a person that had been like, it's just acting, whatever. I'm out, whatever. But in his brain, it's a misunderstanding, right? And to him, he's like, oh, okay. It don't matter if it didn't have nothing to do with nothing, right? It could have been a way that I responded toward him before I even got to do the scene, right?
Yeah.
It's so many parts. And if you don't, as an adult, go and confront it, then you're going to have to deal with the rest of the smoke.
No, it's what you were saying. Like, it's your job to give the knowledge, but it's up to them if they want to receive it. That's just what it comes down to. And
Absolutely.
for me,
I didn't think the guy was going to be receptive because of how tough he was and how tough he presented himself to be. Like, I didn't think he was going to be receptive, but I still went anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's like what Anthony said, it's his job, it's our job to give you the information and the knowledge to fill you in. Like, hey, I saw in this moment that you felt you kind of did a shifting, or there was an awkward moment there.
Yep.
And I just wanted to address it. Do we have any bad blood? Do we have any beef? Are we cool?
And it could be just a misunderstanding, or that person might say, "Oh, yo, I didn't even know you took it that way, bro. Like, my fault. Let me come back to the table, because now when we're in the same environment, I know how to address the situation."
I think. What about people like? What if? Okay, let's say this, and let's say this. What if, like, let's say you have a sister, and she's dating somebody that you don't care too much for, right? You don't have an affinity for, and you're trying to figure out like how to say something, like how to say it. And everybody's talking about this guy. Everybody around you is like, Anthony, you like this dude? This dude is, he crazy, this, that, and third. I can't believe your sister is with him.
Yeah.
Do you choose to be in that? By listening to it, are you a part of the gossip? Even if you don't talk to them about it? That's a question, man.
So I love this question, and hopefully our village can be able to chime in the chat. I think when I was younger, I use it as a real example. My brother and the people that he used to go out with. I wish I knew how to articulate when I knew something was a bad vibe, or I'm like, you know what, this is not the right thing to do. Sometimes the reason why we don't say anything because we don't know how to articulate how we feel to someone, and making sure that they're not going to take what we're saying as you coming at me, but more as I love you and this is what I see. Before you can come to anybody, I think you should be able to know you've built a relationship with that person. Like, hey, damn, like I don't really bang with that shorty. Can you tell me, like, what's going on? Like, how you feel about him? How you feel about that person? Because at the end of the day, for me,
what's up, Ayana? What's up, sis?
For me, I always tell myself, I don't want to look like a fool. Like, if I'm around you, I don't want to look like a fool. If you come into me, I'm going to tell you my thought process. But then I got to make a wise decision at this age, at this genre, in regards of my wife and myself. So I now have to make sure I hold people accountable.
Right.
No, I'm going to add on to that. So I think what you do in that situation is you should never be afraid to be upfront and honest with somebody that you love. And if they're with somebody or you're dating somebody that you're uncomfortable with, you don't like, or whatever, right? And you have that conversation. The only other thing I would caveat I would add to that is, if there is an issue, right? Be upfront, be honest with that person that you're seeing, or that you're not you're seeing, but the person that your sister or brother or whoever it is seeing, right? But make sure that energy remains consistent.
Yeah.
Because then it could send mixed messages and mixed signals, and then it makes that person come across as being not authentic. Because people could have their reasons why they may not bang. The topic is it ever right to gossip? That's what the topic is, sis. And so people could have their reasons why they may not like somebody, right? Bad energy, like Anthony said, there's a bad vibe. Sometimes you could just sense it, like, yo, something about this person does not sit right, right? And you can't put your finger on it, but you could feel it, right? And sometimes there's clear as day signs that, yo, this person is bringing my sister or is bringing my brother, my friend down, right? I don't see I don't see my sister or my brother, whoever it is, I don't see their life elevating. I see it de-escalating. I don't see anything going on with this person. I don't see they're a liability, not an asset, basically, right? And so if that's the case, again, you could be upfront, be honest, be respectful with it when you step to that person, because I feel like, yes, you don't know how the person is going to react. Again, your job is to give the knowledge. It's up to them on how they want to receive it, right? And then that's it. That's all you really could do at that point. But just be authentic and be honest with it, and all across the board.
Yeah.
You gotta be, this all starts with, and we said this for the last couple of years now, that self-care part. I think that self-care part is where you're honest with yourself. And one thing that I like about one of our friends in the chat is she sets that boundary, and if she doesn't like you, you're going to know from the jump. And it's you are able, and that's also with my brothers. It's like, if they don't like you, it's like, yo, I'm going to not, like, try to kumbaya with you. It's like, yo, like 100%. We said in the beginning, keep that same energy. And it's a real thing, like I tell my kids.
And it's okay.
If you wanna wild out in the class, make sure you wild out in the class when your parents come, because I want you to keep that same energy.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
100%.
Yeah,
I say all the time, man. Like, listen, if you don't like somebody, there's no need to fake the funk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know one thing with me. One thing with me is this: is that if I've made this known in the past. You don't rock with me, let it be known. Because I really do not care. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not here to please nobody except, my Lord and Jesus Savior. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And obviously my wife, right? And the people that I love. I rock with everybody. But if you don't, it's okay to come up to say, hey, Jeff, you know what? I don't rock with you. It's cool.
Yeah.
I don't, at this age, I don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? I really, really don't. Because it is what it is. Because not everybody's going to, everybody have their reason, right? That's why I said at the beginning that if you're going to gossip about somebody, what is your intentions? And are you able to say those same things with that person in the room? Are you going to be authentic, or are you going to be honest? You know what I'm saying? And I think we've all kind of been in those types of situations, whether if it's on the receiving end, pause, or at the end giving it, pause. You know what I'm saying? But I think as adults, especially as we get older, we have to understand or know, like, what is the intentions of what we're saying? What are we trying to gain out of it? Is it for our own pure enjoyment and benefit?
Yeah.
Or are we really doing it because we're trying to, like, spread information that needs to be spread? Because sometimes you do need to, like, have a conversation with somebody and tell them what's going on. Especially let's say you have somebody who is battling depression, right? And you see that it's to the point where their life is in danger. Like, they're looking at taking their life, right? I literally just had this conversation early on with somebody, right? Where there was a young lady who nobody knew anything, right? And unfortunately, she committed suicide. She took a gun, shot herself in the head. Her two sons walked home and saw this.
Wow.
Right? Nobody knew anything. Nobody would have even guessed that she was going through whatever she was going to lead to that point, right? So the reason I'm giving that example is that could be a situation where if you know there's something that is up with that person that seems off, maybe you need to have a conversation with other people that could potentially help save that person's life, maybe by talking to them, give them the resources that they need. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to the extreme rate of possible of taking their life. You get what I'm saying? So that's where the intention is pure and it's authentic and it's actually for a good cause and a good reason. But if it's more in the sense of just like, hey, I'm just gonna gossip just to gossip, or I'm gonna say what to say just to be messy, be like the gossip, the shade rooms of the world, and things like that. Then of course your attention is different. Your motive is different, and this is what could lead into like a lot of the fake energy and the fake friends and just like, yo, I heard you was talking behind my back, like basically like if you're back like you're in high school.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So what is your attention?
It's crazy.
That's what it comes down to.
That it's a crazy world because it's like Q asked the question, right? He said, "How do you know if you don't like someone without giving them a chance?" He said, "Asking for a friend."
I agree 100%. That's a good question.
I feel like this, to answer your question, Q, from my perspective, is that like there have been times where I could like discern where I was like, I don't know what it is, but something's telling me, and it's not even something. Let me stop. It's the Holy Spirit telling me like I don't need to be around this person.
And it's okay.
And it's always right. It's always right 100% of the time. Like, and like, I know people call it different things. People call it intuition. A lot of people call it whatever else, but I call it the Holy Spirit. Like, that'll tell me when I don't need to be around somebody. Like, there's always been a moment where I'll be like, why do I feel like something is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or even a place that
I love that.
It could be a place that
Thank you, Ashley.
You know what I'm saying? And oh, I love that. Thank you, Ashley. Proverbs 20:19. Ashley Taylor just provided. Do not associate with gossip, which is amazing. And the word is telling you, then you should know that. Like, people gossiped about Jesus.
Son, I'll be walking away when I hear gossip. I'll be in the lunchroom like, oh, gossip, poops. You could know when somebody is gossiping. But like
think about it. What do we learn gossip? The media teaches to gossip from a young age. Then where else do we see it? We saw it before media. I saw it in school. I saw it at home, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When I seen like people in church talking about other people. I saw it on the corner, like, yo, I heard dude over there got all this money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's where my community, my environment is where I heard gossip before media even got to me.
Listen, people getting sued now for gossip.
Now, honestly,
Cardi
speaking,
B and that whatever with that blog that
people,
the blog
what is it called?
Slander.
Unfortunately, I think it is human nature that sometimes we can't help gossiping because it just feels, I don't know, it's something about it that it might feel good to get that off.
Look how fast we get information, Anthony. We get information on our watches, in our phones, in our cars. We get information everywhere, bro. And then it's like, it's hard not to talk about it. You be like, dang, I don't want to talk about this, but it just keeps coming up. You be like, celebrity gossip about shows.
I want to talk to Connie about with my brothers. They shut me down.
I told you, Anthony, no more.
Anthony really wants
Jeff
to have a Kanye conversation, man. You really do.
Cut it. He needs to turn his life around.
But anyway, but I want to go back to Q's because I did not understand this until in regards in my 20s. But there is a Holy Spirit that will let you know like who you should trust. And if you feel to yourself that you don't trust that person, pray about it. Show me your actions. Show me your ways. My mom used to always tell me this.
Good point.
It's like, yo, don't watch how they act. Watch what they say. I'm like, why does she always say that? But then I got into a work environment.
Can you repost the definition again for Ayana?
I got you, Jeff. I was just I'm gonna read the definition real quick. So, Ayana, this is for you. We read it.
What are you doing?
Of gossip is a casual
I was trying to figure out if I could go back to my thought.
Conversation or reports about other people, typically involving details that are not confirmed as being true. Now, Anthony, let us know. Let us hear it.
I forgot my thought, bro.
I'm so sorry.
No worries, Kings.
No, but you were going back to what Q was saying. and you were talking about your mom and how you had to learn.
Cool. So one time my mom said, like really watch who your friends are, but watch what they say. I believe this in my whole heart. If the friend can do it to you, if the friend can do it to another person, they can do it to you. I just believe that, bro. So the friend is gossiping about somebody else. 9 out of 10, they can do it to you.
Yeah, if they're a chatterbox, they're chatterboxing about your business as well.
Absolutely. Distance yourself.
That's a fact.
Distance yourself. I've had people like that in my corner.
Yeah,
so
it's like damn. And I think that's where I think when people know that, that's where it comes from, the perspective of saying, don't tell nobody, because you know that that person's gonna tell somebody.
Yeah.
And they're gonna tell the next person the same thing. I'm gonna tell you something, but make sure you don't tell nobody. And then they be like, all right, cool. And they go call somebody else.
Yep.
Yo, listen, guess what I heard? But make sure you don't tell nobody. And then next thing you know, like it's spread like it was like breaking news on CNN.
Another conversation we had, we said like, yo, if we're friends, I should never have to say to you, don't tell nobody. I should never.
I really
if you're my friend, I should be like, yo, bro, like this is something I'm going through, this, that, and the third, and then tell you it, and that's it. I shouldn't have to hear what I told you in confidence somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And people be like, well, I was just trying to do right by you. Da, 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 da. I'm like, what you mean? It's personal. It was a personal thing. I told you a secret. I told you something.
This conversation made me realize being an adult is hard.
We're so technical.
Yo, being an adult is so hard, bro. Having adult friendships are mad hard, bro.
Like, I kind of disagree. I think we make it harder than what it is. I don't think it's hard. I think it's just that we either overthink or we have too much. We have an unrealistic expectation when it comes to like people. People are people. People are going to be flawed. People are going to disappoint you, right? It is what it is, right? Kids disappoint parents. Parents disappoint kids. People, spouses disappoint each other for every now and then. As long as you understand and you know that, then it's really not that hard, because you're gonna know the intention of that person. If you know, like Anthony's my man, so I know Anthony without a shadow of a doubt, he's not gonna do anything intentionally to hurt me. My man Jubert, you know what I'm saying? I've known him since I think the 6th grade. I know for a fact that he's not gonna do anything intentionally to hurt me. Yeah, we could get into a disagreement or whatever it is. It happens. Or they could do something that maybe like, man, you know, I wasn't feeling that. But you know purely that they're going to have your back. You know, they purely care and cherish the friendship that they have with you. So I think as long as we understand that as human beings, it's not hard to have adult friendships. It's that sometimes we have unrealistic expectation. And the moment you see that this person's intentions is unpure, it's not authentic, it's not genuine. DMX said it best: trust the person for who they are. It takes too much energy not to trust that person. You see a snake, you gotta trust that snake will bite you. Facts. You know what I'm saying? If you see a very vicious dog, right? Trust that dog was going to come at you, is going to bark at you, and is going to attack you. It takes too much energy to think like, the snake, whatever it is. It's like you see a person, an individual. If you see that person, they have a history of gossiping. They have a history of spreading slander. They have a history of backstabbing. Trust that person, but you're trusting that they will continue to be the person that they perceive to be. And at that point, you can make an adult decision by putting up boundaries and not associate with that person in that capacity, and know like this person cannot be in my inner circle because I don't bang that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't rock that way. Like what Anthony also said, this is not a language that I understand. You know what I'm saying? So you just push it away and you keep it pushing and you keep it simple. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's like the more we simplify things as adults, the easier it is to be an adult. I think we just overcomplicate it sometimes.
I think what it is too is like sometimes we gotta understand people's love language is trouble. Sometimes, like some people's love language is trouble, bro. Like, and
You
in their
want for trouble.
mindset, yeah, bro. I had in my past, I dated someone who equated arguments with love. You know, so it took a time to try to make that person understand, like, hey, like, yo, like, I'm here for you because I want to be here, genuinely. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna fight you because I don't do that. I don't do the loud shouting in the middle of the street in public. That's not me. I'll walk off on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm for real, because I ain't about to be the black man in the middle of the street yelling at a black woman. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's one of the boundaries I have.
Let me tell you, I love what it relates to what Q said. He said, I believe when you understand that someone loves you, you can receive anything with the right intentions. My wife had to teach me that she's not my enemy. And that's lovely. Thank you for sharing that, Q.
Yo, that's very real.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
real, man.
Because
that's why I said it's all about the attention. Like,
so you could sometimes. My fault. Go ahead, bro.
No. I was just gonna say, no. It's just all about the attention. When you again, it's when you know the person that you're dealing with. You know what their intentions are. So you know, like, that's what I love what Q said. It kind of backs up what all of us are saying, that I'm not your enemy. So if there is something, my intention is not to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Or anything. Yes, I may fail at times. I may disappoint at times.
Yeah.
It's expected. It really is. We all get into arguments with our spouses. Why? You're not arguing to be happy. You're arguing because you are upset or you disagree with something.
And it's a misunderstanding.
It's misunderstanding. But at the end of the day, you're still going to go to bed, lay next to your spouse, hopefully still make love to them. You know what I'm saying? Wake up in the morning.
Wait, you don't make love to them after you had the argument?
Why not?
Hey,
that's the best. That's the best love.
Some people got it.
No.
Okay,
no, exactly. But it's also like, listen, we putting this in the past. We're focusing back on why we're together. You get what I'm saying? My point is that people.
Yo, that argue sex is different, though. I'm not lying. That's a different topic. That argue sex is a whole different topic.
Don't argue while you're having sex, because that's just sort of weird. But if that's your fetish, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to prove a point.
I told you watch the dishes. You know what I mean? Like, bro,
you gonna make tacos.
But anyways, but like I was saying, to kind of go back on topic, that
I'm gonna wash the dishes tonight.
The reality.
That's crazy.
Listen,
oh
bro.
My God.
But yeah, my point is,
right,
man.
You're right.
My point is, like, you know the person that you're with, even with your friends. You know that, hey, at the end of the day, that these are my brothers or my sisters, and we rock out with each other. So even if they come to me about something, or I've overheard something, we can have a one-on-one conversation, and we can kind of look forward and move past it. Because at the end of the day, what is the intention? And if you know that their intention was not to deliberately hurt you, then it's easy to move past it, because people are going, again, I'm going to say it again, they're going to. We're human beings. We fail all the time. How many times we fail God? But God still gives us mercy. God still gives us grace. All he asks us to go to him, ask for forgiveness, and that's it. And he still shows us love. He forgives our sins as far as the east, as far as the west. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We should treat people the same way. But again, at the same time, if you see there is a hurtful pattern, and you know that you could see purely their intentions is to spread gossip and slander, to hurt you, to diminish your character. Walls, push them away, love them from a distance, and you keep it pushing, bro.
Can that person be in a safe environment? You set the boundaries, but now you might be associated with a partner. So you're like, you know what? I don't really bang with you, but I really love your partner. So you can still come to maybe functions. You can still come out because it's like I still gotta set my boundaries. But you know what? I'm really good friends with your partner.
No, and that's fine. But I think there should be a conversation because then that person should know. Because then again, then it's not this fake image. Because if they overhear, like, yo, I don't rock with this person.
Right.
Now just imagine how that person's going to think. Like, oh, word. So when I see you, it's all love. But behind the scenes, you don't really rock with me. So now you're gonna come across, not being genuine and being fake. And then now that person can't respect. Like I know with me, I can't respect it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not being honest with me. So I'd rather be honesty. Yeah. We can have a conversation and we could decide going forward how we want to maneuver around each other. You know what I'm saying?
I love, Jeff, the point that you made, bro, just about fake love. And I remember even you telling us a story about like the projects you worked on and how gossiping affected you. And then, but I wanted to ask Anthony, because you work in education, like, how do you feel like when you see gossiping affect these kids? Like how does that, like, it starts early.
It starts from kindergarten, bro.
Yeah, bruh. I wanted to know from your perspective, like, how do you see it affecting kids?
I know Q, if you're still in the chat, chime in regards to this question, because Q does an amazing job at Too Gifted, and he works with students literally every day and all around New York City.
We know you do, Ayana. We know you do, sis. Me too. We all do. Me too.
But I think what we have is something called restorative justice. Is we get everyone together, and like I've always been saying, is that our students don't know the language of how to communicate. So with that, us as an adult have to be able to have them say, I acknowledge what you're saying. I know how you feel. Or, because I did it with some second graders today. They literally were fighting. She asked the other grade, like, you're 8 years old. Why are you in this first grade? Like, so, and the 8-year-old was so mad and so upset, she pushed her. Then they had to come to me. So she pushed her, not saying, you know what? That's not fair. Why did you say that? The only thing she knew what to do was to fight. So, and that type of behavior, if it's not mapped out, or if it's not thought to, it will grow as an adult. And the only thing that individual know is fighting. The only thing individual know is how to communicate is fighting. So when us as teachers, us as educators, us that do the work, the social emotional, or us that do like simple redefining, plug. So us that do the work with social.
Once every IG live.
Support your baby.
Go
ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Thank you. I appreciate you. But us that do the work is really and truly of the space of, hey, building the language, giving them a language, and letting them have a safe space. That is the honest truth, because literally our babies don't know, our COVID babies don't know how to talk to each other.
Good point, Q. Good point.
Our COVID babies do not know how to talk to each other. So it's important as adults to teach our kids, if you have a niece, a nephew, a son, just to pour into them and say, hey, even don't ask them how's their day. What inspired you today? So now you're building new language. Who did you inspire today? What levels can I support you throughout the week, son? Because now you're letting their mind think. And that is why we have to make sure that we pour into our little ones. So
that's so good.
That's another conversation, but I definitely want to keep that conversation going. But I want to get that conversation to be a longer conversation. But I love that question. But gossiping, it gets worse in high school, bro. And
it really
hold on. Let's stay on this.
How it hurts kids.
Let's stay on this for like 3 minutes.
Over here.
So
what'd you say?
3 more minutes. Let's stay on this conversation.
Oh no, I agree.
In middle school, once a child has a phone, it's a dangerous thing. Once they have that IG, they're so vicious in those what's it called? The DM, the snap, the text. They're so
the comments
vicious.
and stuff like that.
I literally looked at this. Yo, I literally looked at him and was like, oh my gosh. They talk
I
like
just thank God
everything that comes out their mouth.
I just thank God, Anthony, that we got out before social media really came in for real. Cause like I already know it would have been bad, but like even worse by now. If we would have had everything they had then, it really takes bullying to another level.
Yep.
It takes gossiping to another level.
Yep.
It takes trouble to another whole
level.
To another level. It's just terrible. And I hate, like, I remember at a time, my nephew, one of my nephews, he came to me one time and he was like, all these people keep talking about me at school. It's like, what do I do? And the only thing I can comfort him in saying is just like, yo, hold your head high. And if they are not man enough to say it to your face, and this is something you just overhearing, then they punks. They're afraid. They're insecure people. They you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna confront you like face to face. Don't even worry about it. Don't think about that.
Please.
You know what I'm saying?
The person in the back, I need you to come to the front of the class. Please do me a big favor. Do not tell your child to go to school the following day and hit the person. Because you're literally causing a domino effect with all the teachers. You're going to cause a fight. You're going to cause so much. I understand. You want your child to defend themselves. I get it. But allow the people that work in the school, please. I see that.
Anthony, do not tell your child to go to school the next day and say, hit
What's up, Nicole?
Son.
What's up, Nikki?
Yo, and we got to definitely talk about that, but let's switch. I like that the question that Sabina just asked. How about gossip in the workplace?
The worst. Don't entertain it.
Can you have gossip remotely?
Huh?
Can you have gossip remotely?
Like remotely? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I work remotely.
How do you have gossip remotely?
No, I mean, like,
they
still have meetings. Yeah, they have chats and stuff like that.
If you're on Microsoft Teams, and you could do side chats and talk to people on the side and be like, this woman and this person and everything like that. Ever since I learned about Teams and I use it, like, people have all kinds of gossip going on. People be texting each other on the side. They be like, I hate this meeting. You know what I'm saying? Why we even got to be here? Why so-and-so ain't got their camera on? You know
the game don't change just because you're working virtually. Like, it's still the same. People will still, if anything, people make gossip. Yo, what's up, Femi? People actually make gossip more because they're not physically there around people, so they don't have to confront the person. So it's easier for them to go in. No, of course. But think about it. It's no different than social media, where people would go in and gossip about people on social media, but they would never say it to that person's face if they were physically there. Like, you wouldn't say what you're saying on social media to that person directly, face to face. So it's the same thing virtually with the work environment, where people will still go ahead and do that. They'll email each other, text each other, Teams, Zoom, whatever that's just being used. People still do it. Yeah, man.
I love what Lou said, you have a side meeting about the long meeting. And it's true. It's true, man. It's true, because it's just like, you think everybody has these thoughts. Everybody has these comments, these things that they're thinking. And Anthony, it's easier. Take it from somebody. I've worked remote for a year now. We're back in office. The worst part about it is that people in office now, they are so on being in everybody else's business, even deeper. Like, who is this? This is a new person. I don't recognize you. You must have got hired during the pandemic. Tell me about your life. I've seen people literally in office. I've seen people literally walk up to people's cubicle, walk up to their cubicle and talk to them. Be like, yeah, girl. That girl goes away. Another girl comes up. Can you believe she just came up and talked to me? Like, just that quick, bro. And meanwhile, this is me. Doop.
That's it to do.
Yo, block game is
That's
real.
That's it to do, bro. That's it to do.
Ain't real.
That's it to do.
They were like, Fred, what you doing?
Do not get involved. Minding my business.
Mr. Collier?
I'm not getting paid extra to gossip. I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting
There you
paid
go,
extra
Jeff.
for any of that. So it's like, listen, you stay out of it. You don't get involved. Continue doing your work, and that's it, bro.
Yo, I had to tell
said
somebody that
You
this
don't
week.
get involved into all
Yo,
the
I had to tell
politics.
somebody this week, like, because he was worrying about like the bigger boss and how his perception of him. I was like, yo, bro, real talk, you come for the kids. The kids know who you are. The kids are seeing you show up. Stop worrying about that person. Like that person.
Ayana is stupid.
What you saying over there? Oh,
Ayana said there's a difference between talking and gossiping.
You know
that's a fact.
man.
But we only got
It's
3 more
true.
minutes.
But nah. Hey, but you know the thing is too, Anthony, too. Sometimes people will say things like that to set you up. So that's something you gotta be careful of. You gotta be very, very careful. They will talk trash about like, man, I don't like my manager. You know, she be doing this or he be doing that, to see what your reaction is and what you're going to say, and they will go back
and
say,
you know what the person said?
Whoever it is, bro. I've seen it so many times,
too.
man. And that's why it's always better.
That caught me up in my 20s. That really caught me up in my 20s. Because you think that person's like, oh, you think that person has your back because you have a connection, but they really don't. They just trying to hear what you say.
Yeah, that's why with me,
person.
I don't talk bad about nobody at work. Somebody comes to me and they're venting. I just give like, hey, you know what? Just don't let it get to you. And that's
I'm sorry to hear that.
I do not respond negatively about whoever it is, because
Jeff.
Again, you never know. You know what I'm saying, what their intentions are. Again, like I said, what is the intention of them telling you this information?
You're like, okay, no problem. Boop, boop.
And I've done that before too. I've been in those environments. I've done that.
Why is that so funny to me?
Anthony, I told you, that's all I do. I was like, I wish we could go back home, but since we can't.
People in the chat know. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's the best thing to do. Keep it pushing, man. Your business.
I wish I could. Like, I wish I could trust people at work.
The ops. They the ops.
Not 100%.
100%. You said, can you trust anybody at work?
Because I honestly, you can't trust nobody at work. Like no one at work.
I've made some really close friends at work.
Majority of my friends are people friends, so I have like
see what their actions are. You got to study the people who you work with, and again, if you see that they are doing intentional things to sabotage somebody, just know that they will do the same thing to you. You are not the exception of the rule. I don't care how nice you are. I don't care, how great you are. I don't care what information they tell you. Again, trust people for who they are. Period. Trust. It takes too much. Like DMX said, trust. It takes too much not to trust a person. Trust the person, but trust them for who they are. You see them gossiping, guess what? They're a gossiper. You see them over here, slandering people, talking behind their back, guess what? That's who they are. That's what they're going to do. And you best to believe they most likely, 99.9%, they will do it to you if they have not done it already.
Easy.
Because
I'm like,
nature.
That's simple.
I've seen a manager, like a boss, be in a mix with like employees in the gossip pool. And I'm just like, that stuff is too mixy. I don't want no parts. I'm just here to do my job. They'd be like, Fred, you just come in and you do your job and you go home. I say, ain't that what the hell we supposed to be doing?
That's what I get paid for.
You know what's so funny? I've met people like yourself, Fred, and I've been in an environment where a manager would think you're being selfish because you are not connecting with employees. I've heard managers like, you are too standoffish. You want me to do a job, right? Is that what you want me to do, right? So why
they want to get your personal business? They want to get your personal business.
They start a conversation. I really don't know you. You're so quiet.
Yeah.
That's even better. They
said, Fred, they gonna tell me the other day, talk about, Fred, you just come in, put your coffee on the desk. We don't even see you or hear you. I said, yeah, that's right.
What's to do, bro? That's it.
That's what I said. This is not social hours. Like, for real. It's not. It's called work. Y'all want to.
So y'all don't go to happy hour with your friends?
No, you talking about with coworkers?
Yeah.
No, and I don't do that. Like, I don't know these people. Like,
you
I
gotta
will
get to
go.
know them.
No, there's nothing
After
wrong
a
going happy
year
hour.
of knowing
You just
everybody, I'll go after a year.
A year?
But yeah, I can't do like I just know you and met you a week. I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know who you are.
I honestly put copy and paste. Don't trust no one at work.
I don't think I trust nobody, period. I think that's what that comes down to. I love my sister. I love my sis.
Is that
Is funny,
your
man.
sister, Aunt? I mean, Jeff?
Ashley?
No, Ashley.
No,
No.
my sister.
That's not your, my bad. I think
but shout out to Ashley, though.
But shout out to Ashley,
I don't
though.
even like y'all like that. I'm just here to work. Ashley is hilarious. It's not, but it's no offense. Like when I started places, the first thing they ask me when I get into conversation with them is like, "Hey, what's your Instagram and all that stuff?" And I say, "No."
Oh, yeah, I don't give that information out at all.
Yeah, I'm about to give you
a
look into my life.
My job actually had to.
No, we're not doing that.
So,
Luz don't get invited because she got. I know why Luz don't get invited.
They know I have no gossip to contribute.
There you go, man.
She got the kids.
Or you could just listen. You could go to happy hour and just not entertain the gossip. You could just go there, have your drinks, have your food.
Nah, teacher gossip is different, bro. Teacher gossip is different.
That's another thing, though. And Jeff, like, should you give your coworkers your social media? Like, hey, Village.
Damn, it's 7:03, bro.
Y'all think? What did you say?
I would say this before you give anything to anybody. See for who they are. That's it. If you can fully trust that person, and you know, like you guys got a bond, you guys are cool. You know this person is a real one. You seen and you trust it. All right, then cool. But I wouldn't just volunteer my social media. Like I don't go to people like, yo, check my IG page. Like I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't ask people for their social media because I don't really care to have that information.
Nope.
Yeah, nobody.
I really don't.
Nobody at my job got my social media.
I'm a private person. Like I'm a very, you know, we get on here, we talk, we have different conversation, we give different scenarios and stories or whatever. But overall, and you guys are the same way too, I'm pretty private because I don't like
Me too.
all of my business being out there. Because I feel like people, it's not like I have anything to hide. It's just that it's just not your business.
Absolutely.
It's just that simple. It's just really just not your business.
His LinkedIn.
Nah, LinkedIn is different. That's a job. Like that's for your professional.
Nah, you'll be surprised.
Though.
Yeah, but you'll be surprised what people go on LinkedIn for too. There'll be mad noise
really?
there too.
Son, I've seen people talk about their personal business on LinkedIn.
I'm just gonna get to my OnlyFans.
Whoa.
Anthony, that's between you and Janelle.
Whoa, hey.
That's your OnlyFans.
On that note, tomorrow.
You should have said I only got one fan in my house.
My only fan is my wife.
Anthony's only fan page is called Midnight Thunder.
And I got one subscriber, my wife.
That's the only subscriber you had?
One subscriber.
Anthony be on there like that.
It's a private subscriber.
A private subscriber. You stupid. So fellas,
I don't even want to know, man.
As we land this plane, what do y'all feel like y'all got from this conversation?
For me, what I got from the conversation is, I've said this I think 100 times during this conversation, is what's the intention? What's the motive?
What about you, Ant?
What is your intention? What is your motive behind it?
You see what she wrote, Jeff?
Yo,
Diana's gossiping.
Yo.
See, she's Janelle 3.0. She's making her OnlyFans. Simple redefining.
Yo, it's gonna be a therapy session, so you can cut in on it.
Yo, I learned, keep that same energy. That's what I learned.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I feel like I learned that gossip is everywhere, and it's your choice. It's your choice to choose to listen and to respond to it. That's it.
Yep. You
can listen to it or respond to it, or you could just leave it alone. You know,
there you go,
leave
bro.
it off to the side. And I got to remind y'all before everything else that tomorrow is a holiday.
Yep.
It's Top Shelf Tuesday tomorrow, which means
I nominate Jeff to do this tonight.
I was gonna say there's gossip going around saying that you actually know where all the podcasts that you can listen to this to our podcast.
So you nominate Jeff
I do know it, but I nominate you, my king, because I know you're gonna tell us the truth of where all our streaming platforms
they can
are.
find all the episodes.
It's no perspective. It's no thought. It's the truth.
So tomorrow we have a new episode that's dropping, and of course you can listen to our episode on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, Anchor, YouTube, Stitcher FM. You can also go to our website, www.thetopshelfpodcast.com. You can listen to all our episodes, and of course our new episode that is dropping. Again, you can listen on Apple, you can listen on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and again, you can go on our website as well.
That's awesome. Hey, so before we get out of
real quick. Before, I don't know if she's still on. My friend Nikki, and I told her I would do this. If there is anybody that is in the New York area that is looking to buy a home, she is your girl to hit up. We need free. Man. We're gonna X that part out. Nikki, if you're still on, drop your information on the chats. I told her I definitely will promote you. I already connected her with one of my good friends, and she's already helping her find a new home.
We should have her on and talk about real estate.
Most definitely. Nikki, if you're on and you definitely want to come on one day, let me know. But I just want to shout it out. If anybody's looking for a real estate agent, she's really good. She's professional. I just want to show her some love on that as well. Hit her up. If she's not on there, hit me up and I'll send the information.
Now you met the person at work?
Reach out to you.
Yeah.
Did I meet her at work?
Yeah.
No, it's my homegirl. Look at you trying to gossip. See? Here we go.
Anthony, stop gossiping.
You're trying to gossip. This guy.
I ain't entertaining it.
I think part 2 should be church gossip.
There's a lot of that goes on. There you go.
Always. Look. Let me
tell you. What's the word for the week? What's the word for the week, King?
What's your words for the week?
Gossip.
My word for the week is listening.
Yo, my word for the week is win. I want to win everything I do, bro. That is my word for the week is to win.
Mine's is elevation. Mine's is elevation.
Ooh. We got 9 people in the chat. Just drop 3 people. Just drop your word for the week. My bro.
What is your word of the week?
My bro said communication.
We are on all streaming platforms. New episode dropping tomorrow. You're not gonna miss this. This episode was amazing. It was so great. As we get older, do our parents want to live through us? That is the topic.
Before we leave, what's one thing that you guys learned from our last podcast in regards to marriage? What's like that one thing you guys learned when you listened over to it?
Oh wow!
Communication.
I love
communication.
I want to say one thing I learned is
Thank you, Q. Appreciate it, brother.
That it takes a lot of time to understand certain things, and understand your partner.
Yeah,
it takes a lot of time, and you'll spend the rest of your life doing it.
So this weekend I had a beautiful party for my wife, and one thing when I looked through the picture,
it was dope.
Jeff said something, and I really was thinking about it this weekend. Just be a partner's friend. Like I was honestly saying, like, yo, this is really my friend. Like, we had a good time, but yo, we gotta talk about that at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I heard somebody sitting on bricks.
That's what the streets are saying.
Gossiping. They I gotta say they talking shit.
I remember in Living Color, they used to have a character. She'd be like, "And you didn't hear that from me."
I'm doing it, Joanne. I'm doing you, bro. Boop, boop. Nah, but honestly, be friends, bro. And so this week, if you are married or you're dating, you're with someone, just be friends this weekend. Learn each other again, build with each other. Learn what self-care look like for both part of your relationship. But real talk, be friends. So that's one thing I definitely learned in our last week conversation.
It was a really good conversation. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow as well. Another
and listen
great
to that episode
conversation
too. If you didn't get a chance, listen to that episode.
Yeah.
Remember, you can go back and listen to our previous episode, and then afterwards,
leave a comment.
Listen to the new episode as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's free.
Free $9. Next year might not be free. We might have some Patreon, but that's a different story.
Word up.
Everything is free except for those houses that Nikki got. Remember that.
Remember, she got to make her coins.
But
hey,
come to
y'all
Jersey.
Gotta make a living.
Yo,
come to Jersey.
Tell her come to Jersey. I need some house too.
Actually, I'm gonna ask her if she's also doing Jersey as well. I'll ask her.
When she come on the live, we could definitely do it.
She's your people. She's your people. She's a Yardie, so I know how you are with that. So.
You a Yardie too. Yo, Fred, did you know that he could DJ?
Yeah.
Oh, yo. One day we
DJ
start
Jazzy Jeff. DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Yo, what's her IG, bro?
Her IG, hold on, let me put it in the chat.
Yeah.
And just say Jeff sent you.
You get 10%, bro?
Nah, I don't do that with friends, man. I just promote them. That's it, man. We support black business.
You could get 5%. I'm just saying. Damn.
Listen, man, nah. I get my return seen as successful. That's how I am, bro.
I love it.
That's how I am.
I love it, man.
So Village, yo, we love y'all. We're gonna see y'all next Monday, the same time. And in the words of Ayana Bird, don't trust nobody at work.
Nobody.
Nobody at work. Until next Monday, y'all.
You better trust the department that makes sure that your check gets direct deposited. That's the person you need to trust.
There you go. That's the only payroll.
Payroll and HR.
That's it.
Yo.
Until next Monday, y'all.
Peace.
One love.